Hello, welcome to another week in my garden. Now it's Tuesday today. We've got a north wind blowing, we've got hail, horrible weather outside, 5 degrees. So here we are in the greenhouse. The greenhouse faces due south, and as you can imagine it's very, very cold out, but it's lovely and warm in here. Now because of the cold weather, we've had to bring everything into the greenhouse. Now it is very, very congested in here, but I've still got some things to do. So I'm working in a very tight space here, so just bear with me. As the weather improves, things move on and it goes back to normal. First job, I've got some celery to prick out. It's a hybrid one, which is immaterial. You get loads and loads of seed in your packet, and believe it or not, I only want 5 more out of there, and when I've finished, I'm afraid I shall have to throw them on compost heap because they're of no use to me no more. When I've got this tray done, I'll have 100 plants. I shall pop maybe half a dozen into little pots, thumb pots, just in case I lose any. But the rest, I'm afraid, will be composted. But never mind, that's the way it is. So these lovely little plants, look. Okay. And then what we'll do, I'll just go along. We'll do it the normal way, look. The other end of the stick, and just make the round holes first. Saves time. Right, then we pick them up. If we can, there you go. In it goes, like that, and just move the compost round it, half firm. Now I'm being a little, because I've got this many, I'm being a little bit selective. I'm just taking the really best ones. There you go, there's one there, look. There's 2 there, we don't want 2. And in it goes, just tighten round. Not too firm. Where shall we go? Here, look, there's a good one. There's several good ones there, look. There you go, a little bit of compost on it, but it doesn't matter. In you go. Tuck those roots down, and then 2 more. There's one. In you go. And that one, say, in there. And then it'll be a little bump as normal. We'll do 6 more in little thumb pots just in case we lose any. And that's the celery finished. That's all the celery there. I will be watering it in a moment, but in the meantime I just keep the tops moist. If you don't, they just collapse. So even in this sun, there you go, just keeps them nice. Right, I've got a few parsnips left to put in another tray. There's 10 in the tray. Now my parsnips in the boxes up at the greenhouse have germinated. Down on the long beds, I can't see any coming up yet, but parsnips are a bit notorious for this. They might still come up, but because we're doing this for you to see, I'm not taking no chances. So I've set some more in the greenhouse, and I'm going to put them in these little plugs and then take them down when they've grown on a bit. Not the best plant for doing it this way, but we might get away. I've done it once before and it worked, so we'll try it this way. But we'll see how we go. So it's the same thing as before. Thick end of the stick, and just make some nice holes. You can rough the compost up a little bit while you're doing it. Look. So you've got a nice big root room in there. These have got big roots on them. Now I should have done these before now, but so they're a little bit on the long sides, but I'm sure they'll be alright. There you are, look. That's your parsnip. The actual parsnip will be in this piece here. So when I'm putting them in, I try my best to keep that straight in the hole. Not always as easy as it seems, but we're not too worried about the little roots, but that little piece there needs to be straight and then firm. And what I do with these, you see it's wobbly, I just tighten it with my fingers and then I know it's alright. But they're quite big plants. Could have done with doing them maybe 2 days ago. Keep that taproot, it's called, just keep it straight and then just firm in. Where are we? There's only 10, so we'll do them all. Push that root. We're not. There's the piece we're worried about. Must get that nice and straight down. That's it. And then that's him done. Yeah, that's a good one. Push those in. Keep that straight and smashing that. There again, look. Down you go, nice and straight. Oops. Firm the compost around him. Get him up straight. There you go. It's got the straightest stem. And in they go. As always, label. And hopefully we won't need them, but if we do, we've got them. These will, we don't want those, we reject those. And that'll be it. Just give it a, and what I'm doing with this, because the weather's like it is, I'm putting it right down on the floor out the way. Hello, another cold day today, good frost this morning, but we are putting the peas in. They've all been hardened up over the last 2 weeks, so they should be alright. They was out last night and there's no frost damage to them. We will be putting them in, as we said, along this pea net. As you can see, I've put quite a few in already. The ground is dried out so fast that it's very, very hard. So I'll continue popping a few in so you can see. Now the ground is warm. The ground is actually warmer than what is out here, so they'll be fine. We'll just do a small piece so you can see. Two come up nicely. They're rooted well. Just pop that there. So what I'm doing, look, I'm just putting them a few inches apart and sort of targeting it in towards the net, so they'll soon grab hold and get going. Again, let me get some out. The mulch is still here, look what we put in. That'll keep that nice and moist all through the summer. I'll just put 2 more in here and then I'll backfill, show you how I backfill. Nice plants. I'm putting them quite close together, you can see. I did prepare the ground properly, but we'll see that at the end of the season when we prepare it for next year. Obviously it won't be here, it'll be down there. There, look. And then just, it is tough old ground, this is. I'm putting them plenty up them, because if you have a bit of rough soil at the side, it just slows the wind down a little bit and warms them a little bit as well. So that's the peas. I shall continue here and then I shall set the other side as well. I have been down a bit jet parsnips. There's one. So I've given up on the seed this year. I don't know whether the seed at the top has taken, the seed at the bottom hasn't, so it's probably the weather. So it's a good job I resetting the greenhouse, and I should bring those down when I've hardened them up and pop those in. The other thing I'm going to do today is put the kohlrabi in, which have now hardened up nicely. The wind scarer seems to be working, but I'll still cover them anyway. And so we'll get these in, put the kohlrabi in. Carrots, I think I'll wait a little bit with this cold weather, because they say when the north wind does blow we shall have snow, and by goodness we have had some as well. Just popped into the shed for a moment just to bring the board up to date. I can put some ticks on it now. I like to tick, then I know briefly what we're doing. The leeks aren't in, the onions are in. Onions are, the seed ones are ready to go in. Spring onions I've put in. French beans not yet. The peas we're doing now. Lettuce is in. Right, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, no. They're all in. Spring cabbage is in. Carrots are not in yet. We're holding off a little bit with the carrots because of this cold weather. Swedes, I won't put those in yet. Potatoes, I hoed the early potatoes, I hoed them up yesterday. Good job, because we had a good frost last night. The radish and the lettuce I've ticked out, that's in. Courgettes, they're in the greenhouse, so I put a G there. Beetroot's in. Outdoor tomatoes obviously not, and pumpkins not yet. So that's the board up to date. I'm putting the kohlrabi in this afternoon. It's ready, it's hardened up nicely, so that can go in. It's just straight in the ground, that one, nothing serious. But hopefully there's going to be some rain coming tonight, so I'll get them in and let the rain wash them in. That'll be fine. And that's it about for now. Here come the chickens. There'll be one that's a bit slow. Here she comes. Come on, girls. We're down the bottom of the garden, a bit windy this morning, Friday morning, a bit windy. We've come down to talk quickly about the rhubarb. Now, the rhubarb we've got here used to be further up the garden. It was a huge patch, so I've reduced it to 2 clumps and brought them down here. We didn't crop them last year, we just let them get on. We will crop them this year. Not quite ready yet. Look, I don't know. That's a wonderful piece. Now, a little bit out of favour rhubarb, but if you've had a nice rhubarb crumble in the middle of winter, they're absolutely beautiful. Freezes well. Now, what we say is, the old gardeners would say, this is the flower head coming up. Now, the old farm gardeners used to say if you leave that on, it makes the rhubarb bitter. So I tend to take them off, and I'll just show you. I'll just show you what it is first. Look, can you? There it is. Oh, I've snapped it now. There it is. Look. And what I should do is should go right down and snap it off. There you go. You will get rhubarb actually growing out of these here are very bitter, so we don't want that. There's the flower head, look, and we'll just leave it. As more come up, I'll just reach in and pull them out. Next week, it's reddening up nicely now. Next week we'll harvest this and get it in the freezer, get some nice crumbles and put the rest in the freezer, I think. This goes on the compost heap. Good composting. There's another flower head coming up in there. I'll just wait till it's a bit bigger and then I'll pull it. But basically that's all you do with your rhubarb. Wait till the stems are nice and red, and then harvest them. That's going to have a good crop off that, a good year's supply there. We'll pop up to the greenhouse now because it's a bit windy down here. If you're out the wind it's a lovely day, but in the wind it cuts a bit. On the way I'll pop this way. Up in the greenhouse now. By Joe, it was cold down there, but we've because of this cold weather I've had to put back the planting of especially the carrots. I'm going to put the beans in here so it make no difference to those. We've had this week hail, rain, very, very cold wind, so we've had not a very good week this week weather-wise. They promised us next week we're going to get warmer. So with us getting warmer we can get back down there and get on. Everything in here is fine. As you can see, everything's Friday again. That'll be it for this week. We've had a good week really. Next week, with the weather improving, we'll get back down on the garden and we'll show you some more things. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye now.